The Sarah Campbell Blaffer and Princess Titi von Fürstenberg collection reflects the vision of two extraordinary women, mother and daughter, legendary social figures and philanthropists. Like the collectors themselves in these works, there's a dialogue between America and Europe, between what is timeless and classic and what is contemporary and modern. From a Renoir still life through to an early Rothko, that sense of balance is present throughout. In large part, these works were acquired shortly after they were created, so they were in effect contemporary. Many of the works in the collection were acquired 16 more years ago and have remained in the family ever since. This Picasso is the jewel of the von Fürstenberg collection. It's one of these grand neoclassical portraits that Picasso paints of his then wife, Olga Koklova. This is Picasso after World War I, looking back at the classical past. This is very much about tranquility and repose. The colors are very soft. It's a very peaceful work, but to me, this painting is really about the line and the economy and power of it. The hatching in her dress creates volume, but it's these few lines in the face that really capture a spectrum and depth of emotion. This painting is a part of history. The people who viewed this in New York and Chicago in 1923 and 1924 were the first Americans who hadn't traveled to Europe to be able to see Picasso, the greatest 20th century artist. Max Ernst's À la Nage from 1950 is like the Picasso about Ernst reconciling the recent past and the war with post-war present. He's exiled from Europe in 1941, and from 1946 is living in Sedona in Arizona. And here in the expansiveness of the landscape, in the terracotta earth coloring, you get a sense of that Arizona aesthetic. The title means swimming, so the figure here is presumably the swimmer of the title. The undulating forms could be waves, they could be hills. These passages here, and here, reflect a process or technique called decalcomania that Ernst and other surrealist artists use, where you press a painted piece of paper up to a canvas to create this varied textured effect. It lends itself to this sense of magic in the landscape, of unreality. You see the Marlborough label here. Princess Titi von Fürstenberg acquired from Marlborough in the late 1960s, so not long after it was painted, and it speaks to this sense of vision and embracing what is contemporary that runs throughout the collection. And then the other lovely thing you see on the reverse here is Ernst himself. Arp's Winged Entity is a unique black granite sculpture from 1963. Arp visits Greece for the second time in 1955 and is very much inspired and influenced by Hellenistic and Roman forms and subjects. This is a very visually uplifting sculpture. It starts at the base from a sense of weight and mass and tapers in at the midsection, but then lifts up to the wing to create this sense of elegance and grace. The collection's aesthetic is very much about form as well as color, and here you have purity of form reduced to its most elemental state.